academic members of STABN Sriwijaya. Please receive the greetings in Dhamma Namo Buddhaya. It is an honor for us as a part of academic family of Sriwijaya State Buddhist College in Tangerang, Banten, Indonesia. Tonight, we can see each other virtually with Most Venerable Professor Dr. Nau Kamlai Dhammasami, who is now living in Burma, Myanmar. I personally have not met Most Venerable in person, but I can see Most Venerable Professor from his work on Buddhist education, meditation, Abhidhamma analysis, Buddhist studies, and also some applied issues in psychology. So we are so happy tonight for having this program to open the grand opening of the lecture of MPKB program held by Sriwijaya State Buddhist College of Tangerang, Banten. My name is Dr. Edi Ramawijaya Putra. Now I am acting as Vice Rector of Academic and Institutional Development. And now on screen, we have our Chief Rector, Ms. Dr. Sapardi, who will give a welcome speech to Most Venerable Professor Dr. Nau Kamlai Dhammasami. Kepada Bapak Sapardi, saya persilakan untuk memberikan ucapan selamat datang. I will try to translate it to English to Most Venerable. Pada Pak Sapardi, dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Mr. Edi. Selamat malam, Sugihontu, Namo Buddhaya. Namaste, Bante.
Namaste.
Terima kasih, Bante telah berkenan untuk bisa bersama kami dalam pembukaan program Pascasarjana pada Sekolah Tinggi Agama Buddha Negeri Sriwijaya Tangerang, Banten. Ini adalah sebuah berkah bagi kita semuanya, bagi umat Buddha, untuk membangun kembali kejayaan agama Buddha di bumi pertiwi Indonesia. Tentu kami berharap selain mohon doa, dukungan dari Bante, Venerable, kami juga berkeinginan untuk selalu membangun kerjasama dengan berbagai stakeholder, baik yang berada di dalam negeri maupun di luar negeri, khususnya para akademisi Buddhis. Pada tahun ini, kami berkeinginan untuk membangun kejayaan kembali agama Buddha di Indonesia. Berbagai langkah yang kami lakukan adalah antara lain bekerja sama dengan berbagai stakeholder, khususnya melanjutkan tugas dan program dari pemerintah, terutama dari Pak Presiden Jokowi terkait dengan Borobudur sebagai super prioritas yang diterjemahkan oleh Pak Menteri Agama. Borobudur menjadi destinasi wisata religi umat Buddha Indonesia maupun dunia. Dan ini adalah satu langkah yang menjadi kesempatan kita semua di program Pascasarjana. Mengapa demikian? Perlu saya sampaikan bahwa Borobudur adalah tidak hanya sekedar onggokan batu candi atau monumen, tetapi Borobudur adalah kitab suci kita. Karena itu segenap mahasiswa Pascasarjana nanti ke depannya kami inginkan berani mengupas tentang Borobudur karena itu adalah kitab suci. Borobudur adalah kehidupan kita. Borobudur adalah Nusantara. Apa yang perlu kita lakukan? Mari kita sebagai akademisi yang tentu nanti mohon dibantu didukung oleh Bante, oleh Venerable, kita mengangkat kejayaan kembali. agama Buddha di bumi pertiwi. Apalah artinya sebuah kampus jika tidak berani mengambil sebuah keputusan untuk perubahan. Jangan menjadi kampus sebagai menara gading, tetapi kampus adalah agen perubahan. Karena itu, pada kesempatan malam hari ini, tentunya saya ingin sekali bahwa program studi Magister atau Pascasarjana MPKP ini menjadi pioner ke depan dalam pembangunan Buddha Dharma. Dan tentu saya ingin sampaikan, dalam waktu dekat kita telah bekerja sama dengan pengelola Taman Wisata Candi Borobudur, direktur maupun GM-nya, majelis-majelis, sehingga kita akan mengadakan Atasilani di Borobudur pada tanggal 3 sampai 6 November, Babaja Samanera di Candi Borobudur dengan target minimal 500 peserta, syukur kalau lebih, tanggal 15 sampai 26 Desember. Dan kita akan mengadakan Magha Puja, tentu setelah Magha Puja pada waktu yang tepat di tahun depan dengan perencanaan kecuali puja bakti kita akan menyalakan 100.000 lentera dengan bekerja sama pemerintah setempat Magelang dan sebagainya. Dan Sriwijaya berharap akan menjadi PIC. Mari kita lakukan perubahan-perubahan. Kalau kita tidak berani, saya yakin agama Buddha tetap tidak akan berkembang. Kita satukan pemikiran, value Buddha Dhamma kita angkat. Kita tidak lagi terjebak dalam kotak-mengkotak. Dan ini adalah sebuah kesempatan analisis bagi para sarjana, bagi magister agama Buddha ke depan. Kita tidak hanya berpikir bahwa ketika kita berada dalam satu kotak tertentu, kemudian kita menyerang, kita mengalahkan yang lain. Tapi yang paling penting adalah bagaimana kita mengaplikasikan value Buddha Dhamma yang begitu luhur, sehingga kita umat Buddha semua adalah saudara. Apapun dari lembaga tertentu kita adalah saudara, karena itu mari kita bersama-sama. Dan tentu saya berterima kasih kepada Wakil Ketua 1 Dr. Edi Rama Wijaya, ya, bahwa ini menjadi kesempatan kita semuanya. Dan kepada mahasiswa, calon mahasiswa, tentu harapan saya, mari kita bersama-sama bergandeng tangan, mempersiapkan perubahan-perubahan yang akan kita lakukan, tentu dengan tetap mengedepankan aturan regulasi yang ada dan juga sesuai dengan karakter Buddhist. Sekali lagi kepada Venerable, pada Bante, saya berterima kasih atas kesediaannya dan semoga di tahun ke depan tentu Bante akan mensupport Sekolah Tinggi Agama Buddha Negeri Sriwijaya sehingga akan menjadi pusat pendidikan Buddhis untuk Nusantara, sehingga agama Buddha tetap akan jaya kembali. Demikian, selamat untuk kuliah perdana Magister Pendidikan Keagamaan Buddha. Semoga ini adalah awal yang baik dan semoga karma-karma baik, dukungan, kebajikan-kebajikan ini akan berkembang khususnya pada program studi Magister Pendidikan Agama Buddha. Selamat, sekian, terima kasih, Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Anumodana, for your welcome speech, Rector of Sriwijaya State Buddhist, Tangerang, Banten. In summary, Dr. Sapardi has already delivered his heartfelt gratitude for your presence, Most Venerable Professor Dr. Now Kamlai Dhammasami. In your busiest time in the world, you spare minutes and your hours to be able to be as a guest speaker to deliver the first lecture for our graduate program that entitled "The Future of Buddhist Education from Buddhist Studies Overview." As this is the first time meeting for our student in our graduate program, they are required to write the summary, kesimpulan of your lecture. So all of the students here will pay attention 100% to your lecture. And after the lecture, the student need to write down the summary in English and submit to the department for scoring. Otherwise, they will not be able to pass the course of philosophy of science. So that's why starting at the very beginning, we are trying to train our students to be able to comprehend the course, the literature, the talk in English, and after that they can continue. Maybe sometimes if they have plan, they can go to Shan State Buddhist University in Myanmar, yeah. Because
why not?
Yeah, for doctor degree or for professorship, gitu ya. We also have laity student and also we have some monk student right here in our graduate program. So we are very diverse in terms of the background. And as you questioning me before, that do they have a Dhamma background? Yes, all of them are Buddhist. Even some of them already have, paid services as Dharma Duta, Pandita, or Buddhist chaplaincy. So they are quite good in terms of the Dhamma background. And so because the time is already 30 minutes past from our schedule, I would like to invite Most Venerable Professor Dr. No Kham Dhammasami to present his lecture today. Times and screens are yours, Most Venerable.
First of all, I would like to thank my friends and the organizer, Dr. It is Lama Vijaya Putra, and also my thanks go to the lecturer of Sri Vijaya State Buddhist College and the staff of the Sri Vijaya State Buddhist College. Especially my thanks go to the student who want to learn from this lecture. And I'm very happy to, to have this kind of chance to share my Dhamma knowledge, which I have learned for a long time. And let me introduce myself again. I have been teaching Buddhist psychology for 2 decades, I can say, almost 2 decades in foreign country and also in Burma. So this is what I want to say from the beginning. Do you need to translate, my friends? Hello?
Excuse me, Venerable?
Do you need to translation? No.
No, just continuously, because they are required to comprehend the whole English full version of your talks.
Yeah, very good.
This is the training for them because Magister program in Sriwijaya must be full in English.
I see. For me, Indonesian culture is not new for me because I used to stay there for nearly 3.5 years at the Samaladunga Buddhist College. I used to be a dean of Samaladunga Buddhist College for nearly 3.5 years there. So I heard about your college from for a long time ago, but I have no chance to visit your college due to the limit of the time. So now I'm very happy because of my friends at this Lama Vijaya Buddha, my friend who organized this. So I'm very thankful to him and also to the lecturer of the college, especially to the student who participates in this lecture. As title mentioned, the Buddhist study and Buddhist study, what for the world today, something like that. I don't remember exactly, according to the college guideline. Anyway, today I choose some topics which is popular for the current world and for the new generation. As you know, I have been teaching Buddhist psychology nearly over decades, 2 decades, I can say. You know, Buddhist psychology is still a new subject for us, I can say, for the whole Buddhist community, I can say. So now, as the organizer introduced to you, I am the founder and director of the Institute of Buddhist Psychology in Burma. Not only in Burma, I can say the whole world, especially Theravada Buddhist Psychology Institutes. So today I would like to introduce to you, especially to the student of the college, about the Buddhist counseling. Buddhist counseling. Buddhist counseling is one of the branches of the psychology under the umbrella of the psychology. First of all, let me introduce the term psychology. Let me give you the definition of psychology. As you can see on the screen, I will read according to PowerPoint. In general terms, counseling is assisting someone to explore and resolve difficulties. It is a perfect human engineering process, which is based on positive human relation. Counseling helps you to clarify conflicting issues and help the client to discover alternative ways of managing themselves and situation. Counseling is scientific and educational process. This is the definition of counseling. I don't want to go to the Pali term for this because the limits of the time. Regarding the concept of counseling, I can, according to my understanding, the Buddha is the first person, the first counselor who counseling people. When you study the biography of the Buddha, you will see that within 24 hours, the Buddha sleep only 1.5 hours or maybe 2 hours, something like that, according to the text. The Buddha only sleep 1.5 hours, maybe or 2 hours. He managed his time for the benefits of the gods and human being. in the morning time for the bhikkhu, in the afternoon lay people, or in the night time for the god, something like that, according to the text. So when you see this kind of behavior, you will see that the Buddha is the one who who take care of people who suffer mental suffering. So this is, I can say, the Buddha is the first person who counseling to those who want to counseling from him, physically or mentally. So now I want to explain to you what is the basic principle of counseling according to the APA, American Psychology Association, reported to us. The basic principle of counseling is, number one, as you can see on the screen, rapport. Rapport key are essential. I will read according to my writing, okay? Rapport is key, are essential in counseling. Rapport is the communication bridge between the counselor and the client. Establishment of rapport give trust, and the client will be more open. The counselor can easily grasp the main issue behind the client problems. Number two, listening skill is very important for the counselor. Listening is the key to skill in counseling. Listening should be active, encouraging, and empathetic. Listening should be actively different from hearing. The counselor must be patiently listen to the clients. Sometimes, through empathetic listening, 50% of emotion difficulties will be reduced. Listening is the first and last principle of good and effective counseling. Number three, empathy. It is important to enter the client's frame of the reference. The empathy is to enter the perceptual worlds of the client and see the worlds as he sees. Empathy is the ability to perceive accurately the feeling of the another person and to communicate this understanding to him. With empathy, relationship is based and stimulates self-exploration. Number three, personal warmth. It is non-defensiveness and closeness. It has to convince the client that the counselor is having equal worth attitude towards him. With personal warmth, and the counselor treats the client as an equal human being. Number four, unconditional positive regards. The counselor accepts his client without any preconditions. That means the counselor does not label the client. Number five, do you follow me so far? I mean the student, whether you follow me or whether you understand or whether you have any question, you can ask before I go to next chapter.
Yeah, we got it, but
we follow you, Venerable.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
The Q&A will be provided after the lecture session finished, and they will ask questions.
Okay, thank you. So now I will jump into the types of counseling therapy, as you can see on the screen. There are many types of counseling. Number one is religious counseling. I will read according to my writing. Religion is a powerful medium in psychotherapy and rehabilitation. All religions have a deep meaning to heal human suffering, including Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism, etc. Sometimes negative ideas like suicidal ideation do not progress in people due to the religious influence. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Someone called me on phone, so interrupting the talking. So you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
Number two, dialectic counseling. In dialectic counseling, certain positive suggestions are offered to the clients. When a person is stuck with emotional problems, he or she cannot see the clear path. They make a decision via feeling instead of rational consideration. This may lead to unhappy consequences. Number three, client-centered counseling. Client-centered approach is one of the unique humanities therapies, which is emphasized that each person has an inherent tendency towards the growth and self-actualization. Roger and Maslow are concerned with the positive aspect of life and self-determination. Number four, insight-oriented therapy. This therapeutic method language play a key role. The communication between the client and the therapist is of utmost importance. Success of the therapy is based on the rapport, as I mentioned before, from the beginning, from the introduction. Number five, action-oriented counseling therapies. The action-oriented therapy includes behavior therapy, cognitive therapy, and problem-solving therapy have become a major part within the mental health field. Some psychologists believe that client-centered therapy may not be effective in certain psychological problems, for instance, in phobia and alcohol addiction, or in obsessive-compulsive disorder. Empathy and non-judgmental acceptance may not be adequate. Number six, existential therapy. The aim of existential psychology is to provide the client with a profound affective experience through confrontation with the and others. Dr. Viktor Frankl, who was the Nazi Holocaust survivor, developed a method called logotherapy. This is, I missed some spelling. It should be logotherapy. Here, log therapy, something like that. A method called logotherapy, which can be used in AIDS counseling and cancer counseling and other forms of severe anxiety disorder. This is the types of counseling therapy. Number 2. Now I want to go to the regarding the counseling ethics. This is mentioned according to American Counseling Association and British Association for Counseling and Psychotherapy. Number 1 is autonomy. Autonomy is the respect for a client free ways. Number 2, beneficence and non-beneficent are the commitments to improve a client well-being and avoid harming them, and respectively. Number 3, fidelity is honoring professional commitment. Number 4, veracity. Veracity is commitment to the truth. Number 5, justice. Justice is a professional commitment to fair and egalitarian treatment of client. Number 6, self-respect. Self-respect is fostering a sense that the counselor is also entitled to self-care and respect. This is according to ACA mentioned, regarding the counselor ethic. Now we go to the concept of Buddhist regarding the counselor ethic and the ability who should and not suitable for the counseling the client. So as you can see on the screen, number 1 is impure moral habits. In Pali term, we call it Abhirisuddha Sila. That means I don't want to explain one by one. I just go according to my reading, maybe because we have a limit of the time. Number 2, impure modes of livelihoods. In Pali term, we call it Abhirisuddha Ajiva. Number 3, impure expounding of the norm. In Pali term, we call it Abhirisuddha Dhamma Desana. Number 4, impure exposition. In Pali term, we call it Abhirisuddha Vyakarana. Number 5, impure knowledge and insight. Abhirisuddha Jnana Dasana. And this is now we come to the quality of a good counselor. The quality of counselor means similar to the ACA mentioned. That means counselor ethic. This is a Buddhist concept of counselor ethic. The number 1 the counselor should have is a counselor should follow the graduate method in his counseling session. He keeps the causal genesis in his references. He handles the case with kindliness. He does not aim at worldly gains. He does not attend to the case in a way that it hurts his own interest and other. He should be a good listener. He should be a drawer of client attention to listen. In Pali term, we call Saveda. He should be a learner. He should be a one who calls the listener to remember. Darita. He should be a person who knows the facts and the figures. He should be an expounder. Vinya Beta. He should be a skill in what is compatible and incompatible. Kusala Sahitasa. He should be given to quarreling, Naja, Galahagari. This is according to Anguttara Nikaya, volume number 3, page 184 and volume 15, p. 96. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are many types of counseling. Religion-based counseling is one of them. So now I would like to focus on Buddhist counseling. When you, as I already introduced you, according to my understanding, I can say that the Buddha is the first counselor in the world among the religious leaders. This is based on my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong or I don't know, based on my understanding. So when you study, I have heard from my friend, Dr. Liadi Lama Vijaya Buddha, he mentioned about the student, about student. You people already have the background of the Dhamma knowledge already. So I'm not going to explain to you in detail what is Four Noble Truths. It means you already know about the Four Noble Truths. According to the text, Four Noble Truths is the heart of Buddhism. Whether you belong to Mahayana tradition or Theravada tradition, Vajrayana tradition, it doesn't matter. The basics, the principle of Dhamma knowledge is the same. Whether you belong to Mahayana or Theravada, Vajrayana, it doesn't matter. Or Jain Buddhism, it doesn't matter. The basic principle we all accept is this: the Four Noble Truths, the noble expopa, Paticca Samuppada, Karma, etc. This is the basic, the principle, the basic principle of all sect Buddhism. Whether you belong to Mahayana, Vajrayana, or Theravada, it doesn't matter. These are the basic, the principle of all Buddhism. So I can say that Four Noble Truths is the principle, the basic principle of all Buddhism. So come back to the psychology. Now I'm talking about Buddhist psychology based on Buddhist counseling. Okay, don't forget about it. Now I'm come back to general psychology. I come back to general psychology. When I said general psychology, I mean that Western psychology. When we study the general or Western psychology, when they analyze the basic of general psychology or Western psychology, we can find a similarity with the Four Noble Truths. First of all, when they want to analyze, some problem, some problem, some issue. First of all, what they do is they try to understand what is the problem? What is the problem? That means what is dukkha? According to Buddhism, every one of us has dukkha, has suffering, one way or another. So, first of all, they try to understand what is the cause of suffering, what is the cause of satisfaction, what is the cause of dukkha, what is the dukkha. They ask, what is the dukkha? What is suffering? What is the satisfaction? What is the stress? What is the anxiety? What is the anger, etc.? They ask the first question. And then they come number 2 question. In medical term, dukkha means symptom, according to medical term, symptom. And when you come to number 2, what is the cause of dukkha? What is the cause of suffering? What is the cause of stress? What is the cause of anxiety? What is the cause of anger, etc.? They will ask the cause. What is the cause? According to Buddhism, everything happens with a reason. Everything cannot happen without any reason, according to Parijjasamuppada. So they try, according in medical term, they use the term diagnosis. They try to understand what is the cause of suffering, what is the cause of disease, something like that. And come to number 3. According to medical term, they use prognosis, something like that. In Buddhist term, what is the possibility of cure? Whether is it possible to cure this suffering or this disease or not? That is the question number 3, according to Buddhism and according to medical term. So number 4, in medical term, they use prescription. The doctor use is prescription. In Buddhism, of course, yes, we are suffering. What is the cause of suffering? Is there any way to stop this suffering? Of course, there are a way to stop this suffering. What is that? There is noble exposure. Noble exposure, you already know about is. So can I stop here for a while and waiting for your question, or say I continue?
Okay, Most Venerable. Dear respected lecturers and students of Stubborn Sriwijaya, we have heard very clear that there is a huge connection between general psychology, therapy, and counseling with the basic concept of Buddhism. For example, as Venerable mentioned a while ago, that the Buddha himself is the first counselor, in terms of understanding the nature of suffering, the cure of the suffering, and how to solve the suffering permanently. So the concept of Four Noble Truths, or what we know as Catur Arya Satyani, is one of a very fundamental concept for us. So maybe for your thesis, for your graduate thesis, S2 thesis, if you want to write down thesis in terms of Buddhist education and psychology and Buddhist psychology, Professor Now Kamlai will be your examiner later on, So if you are interested to menulis tesis dalam hubungannya dengan Buddhist psychology and Buddhist psychotherapy, I will assign Professor Most Venerable Now Kamlai as your examiner atau penguji eksternalnya nanti. So I would like to invite students to make comments, to ask questions, or to raise issues in terms of the lecture that entitled Buddhist Education and Buddhist Psychotherapy, delivered by Professor No Kham. Can you maybe raise your hand first, and then you can directly talk in English, and then Professor will answer your question. Arya, please, your time is yours.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, good afternoon, class. And I want to ask, I have students who have problem in the class, such as not doing homework and likes to fight in class and other. How to counseling him so that this child doesn't do this? Okay, like that.
Very practical problem, Venerable.
Yes,
because you can deal with this.
This is a very interesting question and also very important question. But before I answering your question, what kind of stupid or what kind of the headache he has done in the class or to you or in the class? What kind of behavior he has done? Hello?
Okay, yes.
What kind of behavior he has done in the class or towards you or towards other in the class? What kind of behavior?
What kind of behavior have you seen from your student? Naughty or didn't do homework?
Not do homework and not do homework
Hyperactive?
and fighting and yes, maybe hyperactive.
He said that students are very quiet, hyperactive, and get silly with their friends, keep fighting in the class.
Yes, in fighting in the class, and
How to get deal with this?
Here, according to my understanding, this is the college student or the just A-level or
vocational school student, Bante. Vocational school. Vocational school.
Senior high.
Vocational
Senior high
school.
school.
Okay.
Yes.
Vocational school. Okay. This is based on my understanding. Actually, vocational school is not like the college student and A-level or secondary student. They are different case. I used to counseling one of the vocational school in Burma. That is established by the Japanese government. I don't know whether it exists or not now. So in case of vocational student, it's different from the college student and A-level or secondary or primary student. They are different case. In case of them, they came there for the professional, not for the academics purpose. I mean, not for the academic purpose. They came there for professional. You follow me, sir?
Okay.
Arya?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's why in their case, I mean, vocational student case, a little bit difficult to deal with. Anyway, in my case, as I mentioned, I do not give any complaint. I do not blame anything. I just, because I'm not a teacher there, because they asked my help for counseling, so I went there because of my friends. So I asked to meet him personally. First of all, what my question is, what is the purpose of your coming here? So he said, I'm coming here for professional. And then it's okay. I understand. Then a human being is, according to the philosophy, human being is a social animal. When we live with the social, when we live with others, we have to be careful about our behavior, our verbal, our attitudes to others. If not, okay, we cannot live with friends and then other. Then when we cannot live with the friend and colleges, our study also not okay. Then what do you think? What do you want? So finally he said, sometimes I go very stressful and I go very anxiety because of that stress and anxiety make me behave like this. Actually, I don't want to disturb my colleagues or my friend, because I know I want to get some knowledge, especially regarding professional. He explained to me like that. You see, finally, you see, there are many reasons people behave badly or not okay because of sometimes because of stress, because of anxiety, because of anger, something like that. That kind of emotion boosts them to behave like this. He told me. This is exactly the same what psychology talking about. People behave differently because of stress, because of anxiety, because of anger, because of not fulfilling satisfaction, something like that. I think your student also, there must be some reason behind his behavior. I mean, you should check this. What is wrong with him? What he act like this? Something like that. You should check with his or her background. Yes, that may be okay if you check with this. I think, yeah. You follow me, sir?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
We have one question from lecturer Dr. Sulaiman.
Thank you.
As I can read here. Okay, I would like to read slowly. Dear Venerable Professor Dhammasami, maybe Venerable has forgotten me. I am Sulaiman, Dr. Sulaiman. Before this robing, before that, he was a monk also. My name is Giri Wirya, and I have replaced your place as a director of postgraduate at Semaratungga when you return to Burma. Nice to meet and hear your Dharma teaching.
Congratulations.
From your Zoom today. Now I have moved back to Sriwijaya State Buddhist College as a lecturer here. So Dr. Sulaiman now have been joining us since 2 years ago, and now become our academic lecturer in MPKB program, Most Venerable. As academician, there are a lot of models of clinical psychotherapy in general, psychology, when bringing up Buddhism as a science and linked to the study of psychotherapy. Are there any specific models, Venerable, to develop Buddhist scholars or created from multidisciplinary perspective, for example, to generate psychoanalysis that can be used for clinical hypnotherapy practice purposes? Venerable, can you respond to this?
Oh yeah, this is also very interesting and very important question. Yeah, to present. Before I answer to your question, I would like to say thank you, Doctor, for being here with us. So I have many evidence to show you. I already understand this kind of question can appear because I have many. I have given many lectures, especially in foreign country, many people pose question on me about this, not only on me, about Buddhist psychology. So before I answering to your question, I would like to introduce, I want to explain to you what happened to the Buddhist psychological world today. First of all, I would like to show you this book. Can you see the title?
Quite small.
Yeah,
Maybe you
anyway.
can give us the picture and I will pass the student the book.
Yeah, anyway, this is the book just recently published from America. This is about how, as a Buddhist monk or as a Buddhist clergy or as a Buddhist layman, how to cope with how to deal with the near-death person, dying person or near-death person. In psychological terms, they use a near-death experience or dying person, something like that. So when someone or some person going to die, that is very, according to Buddhism or according to psychology, that is very important how to keep our mind balanced. So according to Buddhism, how to counseling the dying person or the near-death person, this is very important. There's one of book research book doing on this. That is one subject. And another book is you can get free downloads from Google, this book, Mindfulness as well. You see how mindfulness meditation can help you at the working place. Usually, Buddhist people understand that mindfulness meditation is only for the purpose of revelation, to getting nirvana or something like that. But according to modern psychology research finding, mindfulness is very helpful for working place. Let me give you one example or some example. You may know that the biggest IT company in the world is Google and Microsoft company. Google company, without them, we cannot use internet. We cannot searching some text or some material in the Google. Similarly, Microsoft also without it, we cannot use computer, we cannot use phone, etc. You know, people, the employee who working for the Google and Microsoft company, before they start their work, they have to meditate. They have to cease meditation for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. It depending on the company. Okay, and Microsoft company also the same. Before they start working, they have to sit meditation for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, no more than 15 minutes. It means that with the meditation, their mind calm down and the creativity thinking also appear. Their business also good because of creativity. As you know, the IT job is just sit in front of the computer and thinking how to create new software, and that's all their work. If your mind wandering here and there, you cannot focus your work. Your mind also not happy. Your business also not developed. That is the bad benefits. Not good. That's why even among the business people, they ask they ask the employee to meditate. Of course, according to Buddhism, meditation means we have two levels that in Pali term we call samatha level and vipassana level. Anyway, whether samatha or vipassana level, if good for you, for business, for education, for social skill, it's okay for you. So this book is one of them, very useful to do. And now I come to the mindfulness in positive psychology. I can say that in psychology, there are many branches of psychology, such as educational psychology, personal psychology, industrial psychology. Whatever psychology is, that they cannot avoid meditation or mindfulness, because mindfulness is very helpful. So this is one of them. In my positive psychology, mindfulness also can help to develop mindfulness in positive psychology. This is a research book, you see. Now another book. This is about personality psychology. This is one of these Sri Lankan scholar doing on the personality from the perspective of Buddhist point of view, how Buddhists develop personality according to the meditation. This is also very interesting book. You should study as a student. I mean, not for your lecturer, okay? And then this one also very interesting. The science of meditation. Nowadays, in the modern world, psychology and science is very popular subject in the modern world. So this book is a research, a study on how meditation or how mindfulness help your head or peaceful mind, etc. How to develop your brain and heart, high pressure, etc. This is also very interesting books. And another book is the psychiatric aspect of Jataka, the psychiatric aspect of Jataka story. The psychiatry is also very popular among the psychology. So psychiatric is related to medical especially. So this is written by one of senior professor from Sri Lanka. As a psychology student, you should have it. You see, this is about psychiatry related to medical. And this book also very interesting, Buddhism and psychotherapy. This is also a reference book. And this is more interesting. This is mindful therapy. How you can use mindful as a therapy. Therapy in all level, in all areas. I mean, yeah. The last one is I have many, but I just choosing some of them. This is about mindfulness-based stress reduction. As you know, in our daily life, in our routine, what we feel is stress, anxiety, anger, and mana, and jealousy. That's kind of emotion. We suffer from those kind of emotion in our daily life because of jealousy, because of mana, because of stress, because of anxiety, because of anger. Those kind of things make us suffer in our daily life. This is, research done by some scholars. You can see the name here, how mindfulness stress based can reduce our stress in our daily life, in our routines. So I think this is some of them I present to you. Maybe this I can cover all the answer asking by my colleague. I think if you still have question, you can continue to ask, please.
Yes, Venerable. I think from your explanation, Buddhist psychology is really, really practical for our daily life. Yeah, it's not something sophisticated, theoretical based, but it's very near to our eyes and our ears. Yeah. So, and luckily, we have one student uploaded the soft file of the book from Venerable Abi Punyo. Thank you, Venerable. So everybody, student can download the file. Who knows, one day your thesis or your research will be on Buddhist education that related with psychology. You can use this one as your references. Next, I would like to invite Pak Ardi and Pak Yohandi to raise their comments or question continuously, yeah, two of you, and then will be covered all together by Professor Venerable. Thank you. Pak Ardi and Yohandi, please, time's yours.
Yeah, Namaste, Venerable. Is it my voice clear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Ya, Namo Buddhaya, Pak Edi, Rama-Ramani, Kalyanamita. Well, first of all, I would like thank you to Venerable for teaching an introduction Buddhist counseling. Actually, I am interesting about this one because as I know, so many people get stressed for during this time. Also, me also stressed, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah. The problem is I'm not counselor, and I think I need time, and I need time, a long time perhaps, and it's not difficult. It's not easy to be counselor. So the question, before you show many books how to reduce stress, I think my question already answered from your book, but I need time to read the book and also practice the book first, and need time. So I want to ask about the practical action actually, because some of my friends get stressed because of their working, their anger, their activity. How to help them to reduce their problem? So I need your advice, practical action. How can we do? And I think this your advice also I can practice for myself. Thank you, Venerable.
That mean about the stress.
Sorry, Venerable. Can we continue to next question so that you can cover the two questions all together? Okay. Pak Yohandi, time's yours.
Please, something only few seconds, okay?
Okay.
Only few seconds, okay?
Okay. Pak Yohandi, are you ready with your question? Are you going to? Okay. Good, Pak Ardi, yeah. Everybody, you can also train your English as soon as possible, because in MPKB program, your references, your books will be mostly written in English. So you have to, improve your English literacy. Start from now, yeah. Your activity will be much more in English. For example, like general courses, your public lecture, and maybe some of your paperwork will be submitted in English. especially this semester ya, because I will be your lecturer for filsafat ilmu. So I think all of my references will be in English. There are some in bahasa Indonesia, but mostly in English. Okay. Please, Pak Yuhandi, time's yours.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, Most Venerable. Saya Dao, Nama Budaya.
Yeah, thank you.
As we know, in our life, poorness is.
But by the way, may I know your position? You are a student or you are a lecturer?
Oh, okay. I'm student.
Oh, okay.
Saya Dao, as we know, in our life, a poorness is one case of moral decline. So, as a counselor, what is the best counseling we use to suggest solve it about moral declines based on Buddhist psychologists? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two good question.
Yeah, very good question.
First is related with stress. Yeah, everybody gets stress.
Another one is about moral decline. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you for asking the teacher and students. I would like to go to the first question regarding the stress. When you're talking about stress, we have many kinds of stress. What kind of stress do you have? What kind of stress is happened to you? That is the first question to us. Because of traffic, because of time, because of working place, because of family stress, because of friends, because of teacher, because of staff of university, because of teaching, because of your friend. These are many causes. When you're talking about stress, you cannot only stress. You have to mention exact detail of the things. Because of your working place stress, because of your married life stress, because of your student stress, because of you got stress, because of your working place, because of your colleges, you got stress. This is the question I have to ask you before I answer the question. The teacher, please, can you point us out what kind of stress do you have?
Ardi, can you make more specific? What kind of stress do you have right now? Stress of joining the S2 program?
No, I don't think so, Pak Edi. Well, actually, my personality, I've got stress because my family issue, and also my working time. Sometimes I got anger for everything that I don't like. That is the most stress that I have.
Okay, here, because of you don't mention, I don't want to ask detail of your family stress, but here I just want to talk about your working stress. Because of you don't like the situation, because of you don't like people, or maybe I'm not continue to ask you. I can imagine what do you mean. I will focus on working place stress. Me also, I have that kind of stress like you. So far, I have that working place stress like you. Sometimes I don't like people. Sometimes I don't like the situation. So when I don't like people, I have to examine. We don't like people mean they have two systems. two courses, two sessions. One is personally, one is professionally. These two things you have to make a distinguish. For personally, you have to ignore, but for professionally, you have to cope with it because this is your business. If you don't have this business, you cannot survive for living. You follow me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Personal and professional, you have to make a distinguish, okay? Personally, maybe I don't like someone, I don't like anybody anyway. But in your working place, if you don't like someone personally, anyway, you have to cope with it because professionally you have to cope with your professionally because you are for survival, you have to work there. Whether you like him or not, you have to cope with it. That is number one. Number two is for survival. It's a professional. Whether you like him or not, you have to cope with him. You have to be okay with him because you are professional for survival. And sometimes it can happen because we don't like the situation. This is very difficult to explain. Situation is many kinds of situation. I don't know what kind of situation in your working place, but for me, I'm academic staff. Academic staff of the university. My work is about academics, about teaching. If I don't like some subject, some idea, I explain to them. I don't. This subject is not suitable for the university, for the college, for the institutes. Why? Something like this. I approve with the pairs. That's okay. Whether they accept my idea or not, it's okay. But for personally, that is difficult. If you cannot control your mind, you cannot work there anymore. Or whether you want to survive for living or not, that is a very big problem for you. You follow me, sir?
Yes. So, if you don't mind, Bante, I need more advice about the anger.
Please.
Yes. Yes, anger is bad for my mental and also my body. I already know about that. But the problem is when something happens and then there is make me doesn't like. So sometimes my mind is not good. Yeah, I mean that get angry. So how to minimize angry every time when they will come one day?
This is also a very interesting question. Again, here also you have to emphasize what kind of thing or people you're angry with. This is also very important.
Sorry, Bante, especially my male head always angry every time regarding to the working, the job. Yeah.
So now you already give me the answer. Anger is not.
Pak Ardi maybe should read itu Bante. Mindfulness at work.
I think this is secret for us, yeah, Bante.
Yeah, I understand. Now I will guess and answering. I mean, basing on my experience, okay? Basing on my experience, I also have the same feeling or emotion like you. Why not? I also have anger. Why not? Every day I facing is whether small or big. Yeah. But according to the psychology, you already give me the answer. According to Buddhism or according to psychology, when we facing the problem, whether anger or stress or anxiety, whatever, They have two ways. Maybe you already familiar with the term fight or fly. Fight or fly. Only two. This is only two methods you have to you have to choose whether to cope with it, whether to fight with it, or whether to apply, whether to fly or to escape the stress, the anger, or only two methods you have to cause it, because you already know the anger is not good for your health, not good for your social, not good for your mental. When you look at from the religious point of view, that also not good. You already know the answer. So the angry person can die within a few minutes for those people who have the high blood pressure or mental, what do you call, mental disease or high blood pressure. Within a few minutes, you can die. This is immediately caused, social security and health and many things, the not good benefits from the anger. Not everybody know. So for me, I also very easy, anger person. But for me, when I anger, I just, for the few seconds, do not last for a long time. Do not last for a long time. A few seconds, I don't keep in my mind. For example, I angry at you. I angry with you. I don't keep in my mind for a long time. Just a few seconds. That's finished, gone. For me like this, I also anger. Because I understand that this anger is when you keep angry in your mind for a long time. Not good for health, not good for social, not good for the mental, etc. Many things that everybody knows. So for me, if I anger, just only for the few seconds. But when you look at from the positive point of view, anger also good for your development. Sometimes everything, everything with just smiling and everything okay with our working place. That's not okay. Some people look down upon us. Some people don't care about us. Sometimes we have to pretend as anger. You see, whether you like it or not, you have to anger like this. Actually, not anger, but this is helpful for the professional development. That's necessary. But if you are more serious, that is not good for your health, for your mental, for your social, for everything. So back to the beginning, when you patient the anger, only two choices you have to make, whether you have to fight or to cope with it or to fly. That is your choice, according to psychology.
Sorry, Venerable, whether we have to pray or play, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, Pak Ardi,
Yes.
in principle, if you get anger sometimes, it's okay to get anger, but you can still control yourself by holding on the emotional like 2 seconds. For me, maybe 2 minutes, and then it resolve again, come back again. Okay.
That is
So it's
my problem, Pak. That is my
the
problem.
control,
I can do nothing when anger coming. So I need time to practice advice, Venerable.
Okay,
and
good.
Let me continue again. Let me share myself to you, sir. Me, I'm acting as a dean, as a director of. When I was in Indonesia, I act as a dean of graduate seminar Taunggyi. When I in Burma, I act as a director of institutes. Yeah, I met many staff, people who make me stress or anger. For example, when we have a meeting, some situation is very stressed, very make me anger. So when I feel anger, I stop meeting for a while. I just say to the staff, okay, let me take a break for 5 minutes, and then we will meet again, something like that. And then we place and we go and writing in the room for a few seconds, and then we come back again. We can continue our meeting. Otherwise, if you continue your meeting, you will be anger. So the result is not good for you and for your staff. That is what I'm doing for me.
Yeah, right.
When I'm in a situation, feel angry, I stop the meeting for a few seconds, for a few minutes, and then let's meet again within a few minutes, something like that. That is my method, what I'm doing when I feel angry in the situation, difficult, how to make a decision.
Well, not Bante. Thank you for your advice.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hope Pak Ardi will be able to improve his controlling upon himself, when get angry.
But when you find a new method, please share with me, okay?
Okay. Well, I saw Venerable Abi Punyo raise his hand virtually. Maybe he wanted to pose a question or comments. Please, Venerable Abi Punyo, time's yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Reddy. Mingalaba, Sinvia.
Mingalaba, Bante.
Maybe I just want to put some comment. Yeah, there is anger. On one side, it's very good if you have low blood pressure. In case if you are do you have high blood pressure, it's very bad. But if you have low blood pressure, it's very good. Increase your blood pressure, right?
In this.
It is, I think, very good. Anger is very close with the breath, right? If you are anger, it's happened to your whole body. Just like in the Abhidhamma mentions, Rupa, your body can change the temperature due to the mind. If you anger, your mind can change the whole body. And if you can control, if you can watch, if you mindful to your breath every time, then it's very good. Yeah, just like that, Bante. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. This is not a question, a kind of explanation or a kind of sharing. I understand. You know, in real life, in practical way, it is easier said than done. Everybody know. I mean, as a Buddhist, when you feel some stress, anger, anxiety, please be mindful and concentrate, something like that. Everybody know. But in practical, in reality, it's difficult to do. Bande, even myself, you see. This is have to take time and, graduate, according to the Buddha teaching, graduate teaching. We have to practice step by step, mindfulness, not just meditation for one time, just apply in our daily life. Like I just mentioned, the Google and Microsoft employee, they do meditation every day before they start working. As a Buddhist, as a religious people, should copy the same as them. That's very important. What happened? My battery go down. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Like driving. If some car in front of your car, you have to stop the brake or something like that, you already know, but without experience, without practicing, you cannot step the brake to stop the car without experience, without practicing. Similarly, meditation also the same. As you have to do meditation as a food, as a nutrition. You eat every day. Otherwise, it is easier said than done. When you take some difficulty, anger, calm down and be mindful, that is not easy to do it. But then, yeah, that is what I want to share with you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. As we have limited time, I would like to sum up our public lecture today. But first of all, I would like to invite once again Most Venerable Professor Dr. Kham Dhammasami to give some stress point to highlight his lecture that deals with Buddhist psychotherapy and in accordance with Buddhist education today. So once again, I would like to invite Most Venerable to highlight some important key points that will be summed up by the student for their report later on. Most Venerable, keep continue.
In summarizing what I have said and what I have learned from your feedback, from the lecturer and from the student, as your title mentioned, that Buddhist study and Buddhist study for the world today, psychology is one of the popular subjects nowadays. Science and psychology is one of the popular subjects in the modern world. Among the young generation, as a religious people, when you explain to them, traditionally, whether monk or lay, whether Buddhist monk or lay Buddhist monk, when they're talking about anger, they said, when you feel angry, you will go to hell. When you don't feel angry, you will go to heaven, something like that. That's kind of explanation young generation don't want to hear about it, don't like it. Because nowadays, psychology and science is very popular subject. So when you explain something about anger, about stress, about anxiety, whatever, about suicide, whatever, you have to explain from the different angle, from the different point of view. When you're talking about anger, you have to explain from the medical point of view, from the psychological point of view, from the sociological point of view, from the religious point of view, etc. If from the medical point of view, if you feel angry, your brain will change, your kidney, your lung, your blood will change, your social will not good. When you look at from the religious point of view, something can happen to you, etc. You have to explain to them. So that's why psychology is very popular subject nowadays because related to science. When you study about the Dhamma, Buddhist doctrine, you will see the Buddha explain to us based on scientific point of view over 2,000 years ago. Now psychology appeared only over 100 years. You see, when you study about psychology, no any branch of psychology explains like Buddhism. Takes, for example, Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma is expressed about the human mind, about the psychology, about Buddhist or human mental or human mind in detail. So far, Western psychology cannot do like this. This is the significance of Buddhist psychology. So whatever the moderns was talking about, whether psychology or scientific, Buddhists can passing read it. This is another thing. So today I'm talking about counseling. Counseling is one of the branches of psychology. Among the psychology, they have many branches: educational psychology, industrial psychology, educational psychology, counseling psychology, personality psychology, etc. Whatever psychology is, the Buddhist. Today I'm talking about counseling. Regarding counseling, couple counseling, marriage counseling, child counseling, parents counseling, stress counseling, stress management, anger management, anxiety management, personality development, etc. All are related to counseling. So this kind of text, this kind of concept already available in Buddhism. What we have to do is just explore and study it. Talking about the concept of employee and employer. The Mangala Sutta already talking about this. Regarding the stress management, take for example, Sawa Sutta already mentioned how to deal with our stress in our daily life. Anger management, Agata Pativinaya Sutta is example how to balance our mind, how to deal with our anger in our daily life. Already mentioned many sources how the Buddha source explain about the psychology. That's why I would like you, especially a student, a Buddhist student, regarding the Buddhist psychology. There are many things to do. There are many things to do. There are many things to study. There are many things to research about Buddhist counseling, personality development, educational psychology, personality development, etc. Many things to do. So if you have chance, I would like to invite you to come to Burma or to come to my institutes, and we can discuss, we can explain, we can start, we can working together about Buddhist psychology. That is what I would like to say. Do you have anything to ask or comment? Hello?
Yes, Venerable. I'm thinking about one remaining question. I forget to bringing it up to our discussion. First, in relation with a monk joining demonstration on the street and they burn himself. It's kind of the psychology phenomenon. What can we explain based on Buddhist point of view in relation with that? And also the moral decline. What can we infer from Buddhist psychotherapy point of view, Venerable?
Oh yeah. I forgot to answer one student asking about moral decline. Sorry.
Right.
I just thank you for reminding me. First of all, I would like to go to the what you has put the question about the monk demonstration and doing self-immolation. This topic I just shared with my student 3 days ago at Shan State Buddhist University, that I put the title suicide, Buddhist concept of suicide. This is a very important question. But I'm not going to talk about suicide. I would like to I would like to directly to your question about self-immolation, especially this kind of concept already had in Buddhist Jataka, in Buddhist story, in Theravada Jataka story, but in practical, Theravada country do not act this kind of behavior except Mahayana country. Mahayana country takes, for example, Vietnam. Okay, Vietnam during the colony of American, the Vietnam monk fighters, they do not have equal right with the American during the colonization. So some monks, they destroy and burn themselves in front of the audience. In psychology term, we call it self-immolation. This is, what do you think? This is wrong or not, sir? My friend, what do you think? You think this is right or wrong?
Romo Simabudi, what do you think?
Because
I think wrong, yes.
Wrong.
Oh,
he said wrong.
Okay. Because this concept already have in Buddhist, in Theravada Jataka also. In Mahayana also they have this kind of concept. Then when we come to the Panchasila or Balajika of the Buddhist monk, this is wrong. Killing being is wrong, whether animal or human being. This is wrong, no doubt. But this is when you come to philosophical point of view or psychological point of view, we have to study about it. Come to Karma theory. Karma theory. What Karma theory talking about? The important thing is intention, Jadana, okay? Jadana, intention. Without intention, that means no effective. And then it depending on intention, good intention or bad intention. Those people who burn themselves or self-immolation for the benefits of others, they have good intention. Then what do you think? That good intention, is it wrong?
No.
That good intention, good
Good
Jadana.
intention. Maybe wrong, yeah. But maybe another action with metta or no or etc.
With compassion.
Yes, with compassion.
Here already includes metta, includes Paul Brahma Vihara. Metta also already, good intention means metta also loving kindness also already there, compassion, gruna also already there, rejoice, mudita also there, upekha, ignoring also already there, including good intention. Then you can say this is wrong. Because he sacrificed for the well-being of others, not for himself. Of course, for himself also. In the future, he wants to become future Buddha. And for the other, he wants to become for the welfare of other beings. Okay, I'm not continue to ask you. This is very important fact to study, all of us, not only you, including me. But now we go to the legal point of view. according to a legal point of view, if you kill somebody, if you do something wrong with whether good intention or bad intention, it doesn't matter. Without approve with the material, you are not wrong. You follow me, sir?
Yeah. Okay.
According to legal point of view, whether you have good intention or bad intention, it doesn't matter. If you kill something or do something wrong, legal means you have to approve with the material, not mental. If you, for example, I want to kill somebody, I have intention. I also talk with my wife, but when somebody die, but they do not find any gun or any knife in my hand, that means I'm not guilty. I'm not wrong. That's mean.
According to
So you have
Kusala
to
Cetana,
think about pardon?
According to Kusala Cetana, good intentions. According to
Yeah,
Kusala
but
Cetana.
from the legal point of view, intention is not guilty.
Yeah.
If you do not find any material in my hand,
Yeah.
you follow me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's so you have to compare and study about it. This is a very important question and very important matter. I myself still studying about it. I talking with my student, with my postgraduate student 3 days ago at Shan State Buddhist University. We argue a lot about this. You see,
It will be the title of Sima Buddhist thesis later on. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
Good. Okay. Maybe we are running out the time, so I'm very sorry for the student who haven't gotten the chance to raise question. But don't worry, Professor Venerable Neo Kamla Dhammasami will be one of our foreign professor who will assist us to be an examiner, to be advisor for our academic program at Sriwijaya State Buddhist College, Tangerang, Banten. Who knows, one day, Venerable, when everything gets better, the COVID situation is fully 100% okay, we will invite you to come to Sriwijaya Buddhist College in Jakarta.
Thank you for your kindness, for the whole staff of the university, especially to the student. Of course, this is just a beginning. Why not? One day we have many things to share with one another as a Buddhist scholar, especially related to Buddhist psychology. We have many things to do.
Okay.
So we can work together. My institute, my university, and your college, we can work together. We can have MOU, and then we can exchange students, and you can come here, I can go there one day. Why not? Thank you for your kindness and for your open mind, for everything. This is I'm very happy to have a chance to share with you, and thank you for everything, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Venerable Professor. And student, you can save your money from now, because when you graduate, we will go to Myanmar together, okay? To Shan State for Dharma Yatra.
I also will save money to come to Indonesia.
Okay. Sure. Okay, Venerable. Last but not least, I would like to invite our Honorable Rector, Dr. Sapardi, to say thank you and to proceed his final comment to Most Venerable Professor Dr. Neo Kamla Dhammasami. Pak Ketua, time is yours to say thank you, please.
Okay, terima kasih Bante, thank you very much. Ya, semoga Bante sehat-sehat selalu. Ayo anu sukang balang ya Bante. Semoga Bante berkenan menjadi guru kami di Staben Sriwijaya yang akan menyiapkan SDM Buddhis di Indonesia. Semoga Bante berkenan menjadi dosen di Stapen Sriwijaya. Terima kasih Bante. Thank you very much.
Our
Thank you.
our honorable rector said that hopefully Venerable will always healthy and long life to be able to share your abundance of knowledge and also your support in terms of our academic development at Sriwijaya Buddhist College at Tangerang, Banten.
In return, I also would like to thank you to
Satu,
the lecturer and also to you, sir. So we have a group photo on the screen
Yes.
for the few seconds.
Yes, I will. The student have already been stationing to do the virtual photo for our official Instagram and Facebook. But first of all, I would like to invite the representation from student to hand over the certificate of appreciation. Pak Arya, time is yours. Pak Arya, okay. Can you say some words?
Okay, as participant as guest lecturer at graduate program MKB Sriwijaya State Buddhist College of Tangerang, Banten, Indonesia, Buddhist study and the future of Buddhist education for today world on Wednesday, September 14, 2022 at 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock p.m. Okay, sir.
So, thank you, Arya, for sharing the screen of certificate of appreciation from our campus. So, would you please stop sharing now? Okay. Last but not least, I would like to invite Venerable Abi Punyo to Shan to share this happiness to all sentient beings and to make our perkuliahan or our lecture in this semester will be run smoothly and all of us will be healthy to fully join the class. Venerable Abi Punyo, time's yours.
Thank you so much. So let's us share our merits for today. So may all beings be well and happy. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Bhavatu sabha manggalang rakantu sabha dewata sabha buddha nubhavina sada sati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabha manggalang rakantu sabha dewata sabha dhamma nubhavina Bhavatu sabha manggalang rakantu sabha dewata Sangka nubhavina sada sati bhavantu te.
Thank you, Venerable Abi Punyo, for leading the chanting to close our activity today. Now I would like to invite the secretary of class to take group photo together.
Okay, thank you all participants. Please open your camera. Mr. Yatna, please open your camera. Okay, slide 1. And then slide 2. Okay, thank you.
Have you finished, Ibu Cici?
Finish. Okay, thank you.
Right. I will share the picture to your Facebook account, Venerable Professor, and
Thank you.
on behalf of my institution and the student program, I hope this is not the last time we meet. We will always keep in touch together to develop together for the flourish of Buddha Dharma in Indonesia and all over the world. So thank you once again, Ming Laba, Profesor Dr.
Nudana.
Namodana, Bante.
Bante.
Semua boleh
Yesus
mengucapkan
Bade,
Namodana,
Yesus,
silakan buka
Yesus
mic-nya.
Anumodana.
Yesus Bade.
Pardi, Anumodana.
Dana Bante.
Terima kasih semuanya. Selanjutnya